Welcome to Get It Off Your Chest. Let it rest. Welcome to my podcast, everybody. My name is Jasmine Barnes Sampaio, and today I have a lot of things to get off my chest, but I'm not alone today. I have a male on and a female on, so we can have a discussion about relationships. The other day I talked about situationships, and since Valentine is coming, I think we could have a discussion with not just me on, but somebody else, some other perspectives, so that we can define relationships together. I have with me the beautiful Ice Queen, the beautiful and incomparable Ice Queen on. And we call her Ice Queen because we used to work at a resort and this girl only order ice from the bar. I don't know what is wrong with her. And then I have a male on, which is size 5. You know, says me give you that nickname there. Size 5, because I think it's because he has small feet, if that my memory serves me right. Yes, and you know what they say about men with small feet. If you know, then you can tell me. But it's great to have you both on. But I just wanted to define relationships. And for me, I guess it's just a connection between two people who have like similar likes, dislikes, or not just similar likes and dislikes, but share the same or similar values, right? And want to spend their life together in a partnership. So first, let me just start with the male, because we usually start with the female. Size 5. How do you define a relationship?
Relationship. How do I put this now? Well, basically, a relationship is where, for me, is where person show, respect and love for each other, and 50-50 down the middle. That's it for me. About happy.
Respect and love for each other, and we're both happy. Well, Ice Queen, how would you define a relationship?
All right. So my definition of relationship, it's just, a connection between two people intimately, that makes, each other happy, there for each other, through the highs and low points, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's so profound. Loving you in your high and low point. I love both those definitions. Being respected and loved correctly is always important. Well, next thing I wanted to ask is, what do you value most in a relationship or in your current relationship now? Let me start with you, Ice Queen.
Okay, so I believe that, in every relationship, there should be honesty, trust, open communication between partners. But one of the most important things that people leave out of a relationship is compromising for both people. Because, that's mostly one of the major issues I think takes place in relationships. But I value practically everything as it relates to my relationship. My current relationship right now, I value the person I'm with, because that, person brings out the better part of me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the most valuable person or thing in my relationship right now is the person I'm with.
Wow. It's good when the person that you're with can bring out the best in you. So I love that. All right, size 5. What do you value most in your relationship?
For me, as I mentioned earlier, respect. You have to respect each other, and that's the most valuable thing. Once you respect each other in a relationship, then for me, everything else falls in place. The openness to discuss certain things and to be comfortable as well. Because sometimes people are said that they're open and they can talk about anything, but when you bring certain conversation to them, it's a different story. So you can say you're you can think you're open, but you're not actually open, or you're open to an extent.
Yes, it's always good to have somebody that you are able to go to about anything, no matter what. You're not afraid to talk to them. They're basically your safe place. So that's good when you have that in your relationship. Thank you both for those responses. Those are beautifully said, I think. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is love languages, right? There are 5 love languages as described by author Gary Chapman, right? Words of affirmation is the first one. And this, of course, is just giving your partner verbal compliments, words of affirmation, words of appreciation and encouragement. And then number 2 would be acts of service. And this involves action, doing chores, running errands, stuff like that. And then receiving gifts, and that's self-explanatory, a little sprinkle over here and there. And then the other one is quality time. And of course, that's spending time with your partner, undivided attention. You do stuff together, spending time, quality time. And last but certainly not least is a physical touch. And this one is basically showing love through physical touch, hugs, kisses, holding hands, cuddling, stuff like that. So those are the 5 love languages. So I wanted to ask you, size 5, what is your love language and why?
For me, it's quality time. Yeah, quality time. I love quality time. The rest of it, gift, not my kind of thing. If you give, first of all, if I'm with or when I'm with somebody that I love, that's the best gift ever for me. So gift is yeah, for real. If you give me a gift, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take it, right? But it's not a big deal.
All right.
If you understand what I'm saying, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Reassurance, the first one that you mentioned. Listen, I know for sure. Affirmation, yeah. Once I'm talking to somebody, I always try to know the person that much, and I know for sure that the person will listen, no matter what the person love me and the stuff like that. So I don't constantly need that because I know the person that much. But quality time for me, quality time is the most important thing, and I don't mean like going to the clubs or whatever. I mean like dinner dates, movies, staying home and have our own, drink some wine, watch some movies, play some games. That is very important. It builds a bond. It makes it,
Yeah, I agree with that. It definitely lets you get closer to your partner, right? But as a male, right? Because I feel like the men are the ones that usually organize and do the dates and plan that out. So since quality time is your love language, what would be like the perfect date that a female or your partner could surprise you with, seeing that would be your love language? If she just takes the reins over and decides to plan a date with you, what would be the perfect date?
All right, it depends. For example, if we're married and it's an anniversary and she wants to cook, that's fine with me. But if we're dating, getting to know each other, I wouldn't mind doing a nice private candlelight dinner away from the crowd, away from everybody. So a nice candlelight dinner, probably, on the beach or in a pier, even in the backyard will work for me. As long as it's just us. Yeah.
As long as it's just us. Yeah. As long as you're in the company of the person that you love. I mean, I doubt we want to do anything more than that. And we need to treat the men. It can't just be that they're always treating the women. We have to reciprocate that love. Thank you so much for that, to size 5. So I'm gonna ask Ice Queen the same question, right? What is your love language and why?
Okay. Let me touch a bit on everything. Okay, so I will start with receiving gifts. I am not really a fan of surprises because I don't know. It's not really my thing. But if my partner does it, it's okay with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not really something maybe it's because it's not something I've been used
to. Okay.
Time. Right now in my relationship, that is one of the most important things I'd have to say. My love language would be because, right now I'm in a long distance relationship, and
girl, I know all about it. Tell me about it. I know all about that.
So, quality time goes up to reassuring. It is mixed with reassuring me that okay, of course, I know some partner love me and whatever, but say, all right, we're not
in the same place.
So reassuring me, if you can do it every day, all day, I don't mind. I don't mind that man saying, look here, baby, I love you or I miss you or
Yeah.
It keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, but ice cream. Can I cut in?
Of course.
But you got your turn though, Size 5, but she gave you permission. Go ahead, Size 5.
Yeah, we get permission. But listen, it all depends. In her situation, it makes a lot of sense, right? But living with the person, I don't think you have to reassure the person so much. For me personally.
I love that you said for you personally, because when somebody has their love language and this is their love language, whether you're close to them or not close to them, it shouldn't matter. If they want words of affirmation every day, you have to give that to them because that is their love language.
But as I said, it all depends. Long distance, of course, anybody would need reassurance in long distance relationship.
Yeah. Did you finish Ice Queen?
Oh yeah, we'll finish.
Okay. What was the question? Oh, so what is for you? I know that I asked Size 5 what's the ideal date for somebody with his love language. So for you, what's your ideal date? Like in your head, what is like the best date that you can think of that somebody can do for you, that somebody can set up for you? And it's like, oh my gosh, they know me.
Firstly, let me put it out there. I am not a fussy person. I believe that the little things matter. So it doesn't really matter if it's in the backyard of our home. It's fine with me. It's just the thought behind whatsoever that's.
So I said the two want to mention backyard. The two want even have backyard because I know a lot of Jamaican houses and I'm thinking and picturing them, and I can't really picture many Jamaican houses with backyard. Well, I'm from Kingston, so Kingston is different from like when you're going into different parishes. So maybe it's just me. You have a backyard?
So we can use the front yard.
Oh, you can use the front yard. Ice Queen.
Yeah.
So you have a front yard and a backyard?
No, I only have a front yard.
Okay, so you can use the front yard too.
But,
Alright, cool.
But I mean, even if it's a case where we're even always at home, if I'm supposed to say, okay, let's go out, I'm mostly a nature person. So if we go on a picnic or something, or something,
Picnics are nice.
Yeah.
Well, like I mentioned before, we are in the season of love. We're coming up on Valentine's Day, and as much as we have people that are in love, we also have people that are not in relationships. So we need to cater to them too, Yeah, so in Jamaica, we have what we call a yamed. And I would explain what a yamed is, but let me see. How do I go about explaining this? So a yamed would be like a chick, mostly females, who men tell utter rubbish and they fall for it time and time again. Hook, line, and sinker, even though Stevie Wonder could have see that it makes no sense. Or just basically somebody that gives their all in a relationship, and no matter what, it's never reciprocated, and they just feel like they're in love, and they'll go above and beyond for the person. So that, I would say, would be a definition for a Yamid. So I wanted to ask, size 5, have you ever been a Yamid as a male? Because they feel like it's only females, but have you ever been a Yamid?
Listen, examples. So some examples, perfect examples. You just take her up on a nice dinner date, and well, first of all, I've never been a Yamid. Let me put it out there. Not
all right.
Real. My relationships are always.
Size 5 is not, never will be, and never has been a Yamid. Right,
never, yeah. So all my relationships they're usually long term, 8 years, 3 years, and stuff like that. So we work it out. But from experience, not my experience, but other people's experience, friends, even family, I'm not gonna lie. You take on a nice dinner date, and then you're going on, nice dinner date, you've been together for a while. Nice dinner date, I'm expecting certain things, and then she's like, no, it can't happen. And then, bam, you're tomorrow here, so another man pull up, or you see another man pull up. Mm-hmm. Or even this whole situation where, so that's one. That's a perfect example. Take her on a dinner date, expecting the night to be like a nice romantic night. Make some babies, and stuff like that. And then she gives you all the excuses. Next thing, she only call you when she in need of certain things. You realize that, okay, she never call you and check up on you. How is the day? How is work? But whenever she need a nice dress or she need a nice hair, she always call you. And then by the time you buy her the hair, get a next call and you need something again. So that is a perfect example of a Yamid. Yeah. All
right. I know those ones. Unfortunately, I have friends that are doing the sprinkle on the men out there. But I'm going to tell them to live their lives and be careful. Because, none of my business. Ice Queen, I know Adam said that he has and never ever will be a Yamid, but tell me, have you ever had or been a Yamid or had a Yamid experience? Tell me about it.
Of course, I have been. I was 19? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was living on my own. Met the guy, and decide say, we're talking for like almost a year, and him decide say, before come living with him, and the man told me say him not have no woman, and boom boom bam, 2 weeks after, lady pop up in the house to fight me up, so I have to fight for my life. And then knowing that, he had her, and then he came to me apologizing, telling me, oh, they broke up for good, and he wants me to come back. I may go back like one idiot. And yes, because in my headspace, I'm always like, people can change. No, nobody's, but people can change.
And you're gonna be the one to change them.
Yes. You have the confidence, yes. So you feel like
all right. Is that the only Yamid experience you have?
Yes, that's the only Yamid. We have to live and learn.
They say live and learn. At least you're one of those that live and learn, because a lot of people are Yamids for life. They keep going into the same hole over and over again, and they never learn. But you said something that I really need to ask. What is it with females and thinking that they can change men? Why do you think some of us are so delusional? I don't get it. Why?
I believe a man can change, but for the right person.
Yeah, a man will definitely change. I agree with that one, because I can tell you I love you, but I don't love you. I love how you look, and I love the fact that you give good sex and good this. But then I'm still gonna be the same, the term whore. I'm still gonna be the same gallus. But then if I meet one girl whom I truly love, not for her physical, but I love her physically, I like her mentality, emotionally, all of that, then I can change for that person. So a man will change for who they want to change for.
Wow, just wow. I hope you're listening, out there, especially the females, because Emil just said that men will change for who they want to change for. And they have certain women just because they like specific things about them, not because they like them as a whole or as the whole person, right? So I have like 2 more questions. The last thing, since we are in the season of love, people are getting married and getting proposed to, getting engaged. So that brings me to the question. Let me just ask size 5, right? How would you go about popping the question, I guess, to the person that you're with now, if you get engaged to them? Not necessarily to them, but how would you pop the question? And would you feel comfortable with your partner or a female proposing to you?
Part 2, I had the conversation already with part 2 with somebody, but how would I pop the question?
Yeah.
Listen, me full of ideas now, so I can tell you this now and then I'll change it. I would definitely do it public, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would do it public. A very crowded space, and 100% sure the person will say yes.
100%.
100%.
It's a 5-star. Right. Okay.
So listen, I wouldn't even think twice about doing it, because some people, when they're proposing, they wonder if the lady's gonna say yes or
Or no.
So
Sure.
they're kind of nervous. No, me sure, but even though the person I'm with is not like, the person is very chill, but I know doing it in a public space would make a big.
Yeah, and you're gonna cry at everything, right?
Probably mad out. As a Malian say.
Oh my gosh. Cynthia said usually I'm indecisive. Sure. So
Sure.
She's gonna say, all right, and would you feel comfortable with a female proposing to you? And
I would actually. I don't think.
Listen. Would you say yes?
I don't mind. I don't think anything is wrong with a female proposing to a guy. It's not traditional, don't get me wrong. But then things and times change. If a female feel like, if she know the man and know that the man, of course, is going to say yes as well. Nothing is wrong with that.
Okay.
And for me, yeah, the relationship I'm in right now, I would say yes. I always use the term that I will never get married, but sometimes you use that loosely.
Well, never.
Yeah, but
never. Well, size 5, thank you so much for being honest with me and open about the fact that you're open about being proposed to by a woman. Because sometimes the women just don't want to wait on the man them to propose, because they must say, "What takes so long?" So they take the situation into their own hands. So I'm gonna ask you the same question as Queen. How would you like to be proposed to? And would you feel the need, or would you be willing or open to proposing to your partner?
Okay. For me, it would definitely be a public proposal. Trust me, that would have been such a great surprise.
But you say you don't like surprises.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
This one is the exception.
Yes, this is the exception. I mean, I've always wanted to, get married from a tender age, but you look back at your parents' marriage and you have your doubts and whatever. But and in my current relationship, no, I just believe that I've found the right person, and whenever they're ready, me ready. That's what I see. Yeah, but whenever they're ready. As it relates to me proposing to them, right now.
You do it. You don't care.
Right.
You don't care what anybody thinks. You're gonna just show it from the rooftop. Will you marry? Okay. Well, it was a pleasure to have both of you on and to get both of your perspective from a male and a female side. And I know it's not speaking for everybody. Whatever they said today was not speaking for everybody. Everybody has a difference in opinion about many of these same subjects, right? I hope you both enjoyed coming on to the podcast and enjoyed the conversation, because that's really just us just trying to get out there what is really going on in everyone's head when it comes to relationship, when it comes to dating, when it comes to our love languages. And again, everybody has a difference in opinion, right? So I hope you enjoyed listening. I hope you learned something new. Ice Queen, it was a pleasure having you on, Queen. And the handsome size 5 with the dainty feet, it was a pleasure having you on as well. Do you have anything else to add, guys?
Yeah, for me, I just want to say, listen, I will do this again, so keep me posted for sure. I enjoyed it. I'm sorry, I saw you post one about money management. Money management. Was it? Yeah, that podcast on that one? Yeah, that's the one I would love to get in on. But I enjoyed this conversation though. And just want to say, not everybody celebrate Valentine's, so you have to think about those people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. And looking forward to have more discussion like this. I want to be a regular here. Yeah.
A regular. I love that. That's sweet.
Yeah, man. It was a great conversation. I learned a lot. Trust me, especially the love languages. Yeah. But I must say, this is just great. You get to open up, say what's on your mind, let it go, be ourselves without being judged. So, great job.
Beautiful. Well, again, it's a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you both on, and I do hope to have you back. Yes, everyone, it is coming up on Valentine's Day. It is 2020 more, and sometimes we just need to understand that God wants us to be by ourselves so that we can grow. So I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. And remember that sometimes you just have to get some things off your chest and let it rest. Have an amazing day.